やっぱり金本の
ファルコンアロー真っ逆さまだ。
Falcon WrestleCast. This is your host, Tyson Lude, coming to you live from the studio shaped like Anthony's mother's basement. I am the latest in the rotating body of hosts that has been the Great Host Experiment. But as usual, we save the best for last. Joined with me as always are my associates. To my right, Joey Nohana.
What up?
And to my left, the proprietor of this establishment, Anthony Caruso.
What up?
And boy, do we have a lot to talk about.
I am simmering at the thoughts of speaking about the debauchery that occurred on Raw this week.
The brilliance that was Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
The broken brilliance of Monday Night Raw. This was widely regarded, at least as far as I'm concerned, as one of the worst Raws ever.
This is one of the worst displays of just a television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a vulgar display of sucking.
Wow.
on the part of Vince. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. There's a lot of stuff to cover. So we'll start at the beginning. So Raw came to us from the T-Mobile Arena on the Vegas Strip in Las Vegas. And as usual, it opened up with a sweet segment between Stephanie and Roman Reigns.
By the way, funny
this is
story.
How every Raw starts off now.
Funny story. When Roman was on his way to the ring, Michael Cole addressed that he was not at 100%, yet he walked like he was at 100%.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, he definitely didn't look that hurt.
Didn't limp or sell anything.
But his feelings got plenty hurt when his request for Braun was denied. Now, for those of you who don't know, Nick had the week off to get his priorities in order.
Yeah.
Tough.
So
he was so hurt after last week.
But yeah, right. If you were thinking that this would make the program better somehow, you were sorely mistaken. Because Steph running the show by herself, just as shitty, if not shittier, than the Steph Mick tandem that we've been used to.
They're both awful.
Yeah,
they were so bad.
Steph came off a little different this time. Steph in the blazer decided to pander to the crowd a little bit because she cares about Roman. And
what was up with her dancing? Her
singing her theme and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't see that
Did she just get like fucked? Like
she was really feeling herself.
She was like mom dancing out there too.
Yeah, she was really having a good time. But so Roman wants Braun, but Roman can't have Braun because Braun already has Mark Henry later on.
Where was this at again?
It's Vegas.
This is in
Vegas. All right.
T-Mobile Arena.
This is where the Las Vegas Golden Knights will be playing their games at.
Hey,
fuck off. Anyways,
so here comes the club.
Because they wanted to make a point.
Oh.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Do not encourage a pay-per-view match on a regular show on Monday night. What? These fucking assholes.
These fans are fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yes.
Why would
very stupid. Roman Reigns, or I'm sorry, Stephanie advocated for the match between Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns to happen tonight on Monday Night Raw in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Why would you want to devalue the show that you're gonna pay money for? I guess they're paying money for it because they're paying for the tickets. You're gonna pay money for it by paying the network.
To the millions of people watching at home, we want to see the match play out on pay-per-view, not be wasted on your drunken asses. So
I mean,
why would you want to see Braun versus Roman anyways? The match is gonna suck.
Lord knows that they've done it before. I mean, like, they'll set up a match and then they'll have 1,000 obligatory tag matches leading up to it. Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous.
But they gotta stop doing this. Stop giving away your pay-per-view matches for free. Yeah.
Or encouraging the giveaway pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So in the midst of all this, here comes the club, alright, for literally no reason, because apparently the club is right up Steph's ass, and here they come to the rescue to save their matriarch from Roman's tyranny.
I think it was more like this. Is there anybody here that wants to get fed to Roman tonight? Anybody here? Is there anyone that wants to do something tonight? And the tag team champions of Monday Night Raw raised their hands. Good job.
If they weren't if they weren't losers already, the tonight was the
fucking absolute losers.
And to solidify that, they make a handicap match. Now it's Roman versus the club to kick things off. This this goes pretty much as expected.
Yep.
It's pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So Roman still looks extremely strong, even though he's getting, even though he's supposed to be getting manhandled by our tag champs.
Yeah.
And match doesn't even really end. You know, Roman takes it by DQ.
Yeah.
And
I guess that's how you protect your tag champion.
yeah, right.
Sure.
Keep the belt strong,
yeah.
right? Like, these guys couldn't even get a post-match beatdown. That's how fucking sad this is.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't even get over with the post-match BTD. That's fucking terrible. They didn't even grab their belts on the way out. That's how badly Roman went over.
Why do we have tag teams scattered throughout Monday Night Raw doing other things besides feuding with the tag team champions? Why are the tag team champions ganging up on the one guy who they're never gonna go over?
Because it's the Roman Reigns show, and Roman's got to be in everything.
By default, Roman Reigns is better than any champion on your entire show. That's literally what this is saying.
Yeah, that's the message you're putting out.
Anything,
Yeah.
anybody, and at all, no matter what you've done.
Tag champs can't even beat one guy.
Nope.
Before this match happened, they're with the whole Roman Stephanie thing, talking about how since he can't have Braun, they put Braun in a match with Mark Henry, and Roman says, "Oh, well, that'll be a hell of a fight." First of all, you're convincing. Second of all, nobody cares. That's not going to be a hell of a fight. Fuck you, Roman.
Roman's got some balls, man.
And fuck the crowd for anybody who cheered that shit.
Fuck no, Nevada, man. Las Vegas sucks. Go
Seriously. So, speaking of tag teams that don't have a whole lot to do anymore, here comes the New Day, alright? And they're revealing, yeah, you know, a sigh is correct, Antonio. It really is. Because the New Day without the belts, it's so bad, man. Like, there's just not... I don't know. There's not a lot there.
We've seen the whole circle of life of the New Day. They went from being totally awful to being great, and they've rotated right back to awful.
They didn't even make it to the Hulu cut. I haven't seen the New Day in weeks.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw Bo Dallas in the ring, I sighed pretty fucking hard.
Yep.
He was already in the ring, so the New Day comes out, they say
With
they've
this
got...
outdated gimmick with his fucking presidential sign.
and they say they've got plans to give everybody in the crowd ice cream, which is like the cheapest pop ever.
They pull out their ice cream blueprints.
They have ice cream blueprints for what I'm assuming is an ice cream delivery device.
Yeah.
We are a month and a half away from WrestleMania,
Yup.
and the most decorated tag team of all time is coming up with ice cream blueprints.
Yes.
Yeah. Which, these are blueprints that Bo Dallas ends up stealing. Steals the
Oh
blueprint.
boy.
Yeah.
Do tell.
What a dick.
Continue, I
So
guess.
this leads into a match. It's Kofi versus Bo Dallas in the weakest fucking match ever. So Bo Dallas gets pinned after an SOS. I haven't seen anyone get gamed by the SOS in ever. Like it's been a very long time since I've seen that move actually put somebody down.
I haven't, yeah.
Totally forgot his moveset.
Yeah, right.
I just thought he fucking ate cereal all the time.
Because seriously, like the Trouble in Paradise, like that's his thing. But I mean,
That and his fucking
Isn't the SOS one of the ugliest fucking moves on the face of the earth?
like losing to the SOS, that's like losing to
A wrist lock?
like a fucking like getting like that's like getting like the straight zigzag, man. Like nobody that's like getting Blue Thundered to death. Like nobody dies to that.
Except the Blue Thunder Bomb is cool.
Well, Blue
It's a
Thunder
cool
looks
move,
cool, but it's a sig that like never puts anybody down, you know? So I'm beginning to wonder.
It's like the Falcon Arrow. I mean, what?
What?
I'm beginning to
Not like
wonder.
the Falcon Arrow, because nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
I'm beginning to wonder if you're taking the New Day and bringing them back to being heels, because that's what got them over in the first place. They were shit as like the babyface Baptist preacher gimmick, and now then they went heel and they got over.
Yeah.
But I mean that whole thing at the end where they're pouring bootios all over Bo Dallas's face and mouth and shit, like it was a pretty heel move. So
I don't know. I think the whole shtick is just it's done.
Yeah,
it's
you think it's ran its course?
I think so.
They don't have the belt. They don't mean anything.
Yeah, like
even if they went heel, I'm sick of it. At least for now. Like
they're not interested.
Maybe you can go away from it and bring it back in a year or two, but not.
I feel like without the titles, you can't have the bootios, you can't have the unicorn horns, you can't have any of the dumb shit. Like you guys are back in line. You're just another tag team again. You know, like it really without the
in line for what?
It really loses. True
for the tag belts that no one cares about. Apparently, Jesus Christ. That division does not exist.
Without the belts, it really kind of loses its pastiche. But, yeah, speaking of shit that nobody cares about, Jack Gallagher versus Noam Dar after a sweet promo
with his girlfriend Alicia.
Oh, man.
I would just like to point out to the audience that Joey does not watch any of this because he watches the Hulu cut, so I literally miss all
I watched the real cut, but I fast-forwarded through this because nobody cares.
I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen A New Day in weeks.
So you didn't see the promo where Jack Lad calls Noam Dar a pellic.
There is zero cruiserweight action on the Hulu cut. It's literally Roman, something between Roman again.
You know, I actually had to look that up. I actually had to look up what a pellic is, and apparently it's the American mud hen.
Oh.
Also known as a pellic. I guess he's calling him a dirty bird. Whatever. The only reason I'm even bringing this up is Jack won with a drop kick, by the way. But,
fascinating.
Yeah, the only reason I'm even bringing this up, I want to know, why do they have to change the booth for this? I get it. Like they're
subbing in Austin Aries.
Yeah, I get it. They're changing everything about it. Like the ropes change color, the apron changes, everything changes. But why change the booth? Like, do we really need to bring Austin Aries in for
because it's all about the branding. Branding is greater than the product.
This shit is only to sell the show. That is literally it.
Yeah.
Why in the world do we have to completely rewrite the whole program just for one match? Are these matches spread out?
They are spread out, actually.
What the fuck is the point then?
And Austin comes back for both of them.
Aries is in and out. He goes get some coffee. Goes to catering. Orders a fucking smoothie and then goes right back out. Fuck off! Like, that's so fucking stupid, dude.
I know, it's absolutely ridiculous.
It's gay, very gay.
So, fellas, since we're getting to the end of hour 1 of Raw, and we're getting to the big Emelina reveal. Now,
I can't wait for you to defend this shit because for weeks.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard the news, but I have a little bit of inside scoop on why.
I don't give a fuck how big your scoop is, dude.
Before you get your scoop, let's just set the stage here, okay? So for 17 weeks, Emelina's been giving us blue balls via the most enticing media package ever.
When does this start? August?
This, I'd imagine, yeah. It's somewhere. A little over 4 months ago.
The Cubs won the World Series.
A little over 4 months ago.
The Patriots won the Super Bowl. A president was fucking inaugurated, and we still didn't get to see him.
Elected and inaugurated.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
So after a media package that involves a whole lot of Emelina being on sun-kissed beaches and getting in and out of pools very slowly, we're finally about to see the transformation of the year. Once we come back from commercial break, we are treated to Emma with a dye job and kind of a new voice. Not really. She just sounded like she was getting fucked the whole time. Like she was very breathy and porn star-esque. So she comes out and for all of 30 seconds, and then tells us that we've waited so long. And now we can see her get made into Emma, and then she leaves.
Yes.
Okay. And if you have something to
enlighten us, please.
The scoop I heard from this, and this is a bit hearsay, but that they decided to pull the plug on the character because they didn't like what they saw in rehearsals, and they believed that she was not giving her all to it, and there's some speculation out there that she was personally sabotaging the character.
What?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
So you're telling me that after 4 months,
why they waited so long too?
Yeah,
even get her out there.
After 4+ months, they just decide, you know what? Nah. That's it. That's literally it. Like, you know what? We're just gonna.
Did anyone think otherwise?
No.
I've been saying this shit for months.
Nobody thought this was going to be good.
This was going to flop, and it flopped so fucking hard, and it lasted all but 30 seconds.
I laughed at the terrible troll job.
They could have at the very least, tried it. Let it, give her a match or two. Like, at least see if it gets over.
Yeah. So the big reveal here was that she turned into a porn star. Is that it?
Essentially. But
she talks with more.
This turned into an Eva Marie style troll job, but for real this time because she's going back. So my question is she going to come full circle and come out doing the arms and shit, or is she just going to revert back to aviators and tiny gloves?
Wearing Super Saiyan armor again. I don't know, man.
I was disappointed. I was very disappointed.
They were probably better off just pulling the vignettes off TV, keeping her off TV for another month, and just bringing her back.
She was cleared.
Yeah.
How long ago? She's been cleared this whole time.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Her neck and everything was cleared up. They literally jerked us off for 17 weeks, and I knew this was going to happen. There was no other way this could have went down.
They probably should have tested this character before they did the vignettes.
Terrible.
Or just let her keep her fucking name.
Absolutely terrible.
Just change the name and give her a better hair dye and let her talk like a porn star. Why in the world would you do this? This
was
literally the fucking stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was absolutely ridiculous. This brings
But
us,
she looked fantastic.
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
She had nice hair.
Who gives a fuck?
Okay, so it brings us to the top of the hour with Braun and Mark Henry. Okay, which pretty much like puts a cap on the worst hour of Raw.
Fast forward through this.
Glorified squash.
Pretty much a squash. They kept Mark looking kind of strong, but let's face it, no one's going over Braun at this point.
No, who the fuck's
This
Mark
would have been
Henry?
better off as like a Scott Steiner style liftoff between these two guys. They should have just thrown a fucking bench in the middle of the ring, bunch of plates, and let them handle it like they're used to. But
That would have been more interesting and entertaining than this shit.
instead, it was just a body slam fest.
This would have been better off with the Scott Steiner Matt trivia or math trivia.
Braun goes over with his patented power slam, which he's getting a lot of mileage out of that fucking move, dude. He really is.
Those are
And
big guys, I mean.
here comes Roman. Okay, yeah, he's had like 4 different. Like what happened to
the reverse choke slam?
Finishing move in the history of wrestling.
He also had the lifting triangle choke. You know, he had a couple different finishers. But here comes Roman. All right, because Roman still wants Braun. So he hits Braun with a couple Superman punches, goes for the spear. Braun catches it, and spoiler alert, hits him with the fucking power slam because that's Braun's game. Yeah, that's really all that happened there. Brings us to the Michael Cole and Samoa Joe interview. Not much to say here. I mean, Joe takes a pretty typical route, makes a little quip about redesign, rebuild, reclaim, and re-injuring Seth Rollins.
I like this promo.
Yeah, he basically is like, I'm a dangerous guy. I like bragging about dudes that I injured IRL, and you know, I'm not just some
Hurting guys are fun.
I'm not just some Sami Zayn, implying that Sami Zayn's just happy to be here. He's like the guy version of Bayley.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
Which he kind of is.
He is.
All right. That sets up for a little something later on, but so here comes Akira Tozawa versus Daivari with Kendrick on 4-man commentary. Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
I hate the 4-man booth. I don't.
I hate the 3-man booth.
Yeah, I don't like the 3-man booth. The 4-man booth is even more unnecessary. Like when Tom Phillips does his thing for fucking SmackDown.
Oh, you forgot
it's
SmackDown
like,
7-man booth.
Yeah, it's like why? What the hell's going on?
We need so many bodies in the booth.
It's the first time I've seen Kendrick in forever because I don't watch 205 Live, and neither should you.
No one gives a fuck.
It's funny because I'm like, where the hell has Kendrick been in all of this? And then he just shows up on the fucking
He's
mic.
been awful since he got here. Don't matter.
All right, so. Fuck all that. So now we've got the nonsense out of the way.
Thank you.
We can get to the meat in the meat and potatoes of the of the night, the Festival of Friendship. All right. So this has been built. You know, this has been built up pretty well. But
was this before the? Was this after the Sammy Rusev match?
Was this after the Sammy Rusev match?
I think that's where that Joe and Sammy thing.
Oh,
I think it was Festival. Then the.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You can't skip that because of one important reason: the fact that I like the fact that
the only
Joe,
interesting thing,
Joe. The reason why I like this segment a lot, and the reason why I like the follow up, is because it showed that Joe is not talking. He is a guy that acts.
Yeah.
You talk shit, you get your ass kicked. That's pretty much how it goes these days.
I like how handsome Rusev is reusing Cody's fucking mask gimmick.
Why is Rusev being relegated to this shit?
I don't know.
Somebody explain this
Rusev's
to
the
me.
fucking man. I
like Sami Zayn, but fuck.
Rusev is going to be on a long list of guys that should have gotten way more than they actually do out of this company.
Rusev is literally jobbing to fucking Sami Zayn for the sole purpose of getting him an interview on
Rusev
the
should
ramp.
be a fucking star on this show.
He's a star on Total Divas.
Yeah, he's a star on Total Divas.
Hell
he's
yeah.
a star on the wrong WWE show.
I like the "We Want Lana" chants during the match.
These matches that they're scheduling, man. What is up with all this shit? Like, why are we having Mark Henry and fucking?
I don't know, man.
Why are we having
Bo
Sami
Dallas
Zayn
and Kofi? Like
Sami Zayn going over Rusev, dude. How far has Rusev fallen? Sadly, man. Like,
it's nice. It's nice to see Sammy pick up a win for a change.
Well, they have to. They're trying to make Zayn relevant in this whole Samoa Joe.
Not over Rusev.
They got to do something.
This shit makes me so fucking.
I agree. Rusev should be a star. It should be Rusev, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Samoa Joe headlining like the top guys on Raw.
That would be a nice top card. Yeah. It would be a nice top card, but unfortunately,
those are those are the stars of the show. Not Roman.
Sami didn't get hurt,
Seth.
by the way.
Fuck Seth.
Huh? Sami's not hurt, by the way.
Oh, well, that's good news, right? Sami went over and didn't get hurt. Well, that's good news.
Yep.
So the Festival of Friendship. All right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. So Jericho comes out in the shiniest outfit ever, even shiny by his jacket standards. All right. He comes out flanked by Vegas Thoughts with a very reluctant KO in tow. All right, so basically this is like a highlight reel style setting. You know, he's got a bunch of shit set up. He reveals some presents for Kevin, the Art of Jericho, which turns out to be a very questionable Guggenheim statue with a couple people about to kiss or whatever, and the creation of Kevin painting.
I love that fucking painting so much.
By the way, that's more or less the creation of Jericho, right? Because Kevin's in the spot where God would usually be in the painting, and Jericho's laying there where Adam's supposed to be. Whatever. As Kev pointed out, he can't hang it up in his house because Jericho's not even wearing pants. He's got kids, bro. He needs this job. So, you know, like, as he reveals this shit, Kevin's getting more and more, like, put off by the whole thing. And then, to top everything off, here comes Gilbert. They actually, brought this guy out of mothballs for this,
he got a pop, too.
Yeah.
You know who he was?
Yeah. Well, because everyone was all thrown off about it.
Yeah. He got a pop, a minor chant, you know, so Kev whips his ass, and he's a little upset about the whole thing. So, turns out Kev's got a little gift for Jericho, too. And it's a list of his own. It's a list of KO. We all wonder, how come Jericho's name's on it? We all know why.
Yeah.
Because they're about to ruin everything that Raw has left.
Yes.
By letting Kev just completely destroy Jericho. He does what we expect Kev to do. Apron bomb, you know, rocks his face off the monitor and shit. It's, yeah, they broke this down pretty fucking early. So go ahead, guys.
This segment was, like, fun and funny and all. But it's 2 weeks too fucking early.
Yeah.
Come on. This should have happened at Fastlane. This is how you set up
after Fastlane.
Yes. Jericho should have screwed Owens out of the title by accident, and then it sets up a feud going into WrestleMania. They fucked this up big time.
All right. I agree with the fact that this was super early, but I also understand from the perspective of the fact that Triple H pulled him aside, and he probably... I don't even know what he might have said to him. Probably Jericho's cancer or some form of bad thing.
There is the rumor of a Triple H heel stable with Joe and Owens and shit.
So which would be phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah,
but I would like to see him go at it.
That would be sexy.
They can still do this and do the Jericho thing right. This is still too early.
I agree. Maybe that this should have been after Fastlane, because now when you get to Fastlane, you understand that Goldberg will win now, because Kevin has no chance.
Now, how does Goldberg win the title without killing KO more than he's been killed?
That's exactly it. Okay, because at least if Jericho was in his corner going into this match,
he would have a chance.
That there was at least a chance for him to go over Goldberg. At least a chance. And the obvious angle of Jericho screwing him over at the thing and setting up for this to happen 3 Raws from now, right after Fastlane. Okay, this is some Bray Randy shit, because now it makes the main event of the next pay-per-view predictable as hell. Now you know how it's going to end. You know, the only way I could see Kevin walking out with the title still around his waist is if Lesnar shows up and interrupts this thing. That is literally the only way it can happen. So, yeah, they really screwed the pooch on this one. They had an opportunity to do something great with this. They built it for a long time, and they just completely fucking blew it on the worst Raw ever.
Yeah. And this isn't the first time in this show where they did something too early.
Yeah.
So, they do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm still holding out hope, and I'm holding out as much hope as possible that Kevin Owens will walk out of Fastlane the champion, because of one simple reason why this brings me back to 2013 with The Rock and CM Punk all over again. And I hate it, and I've hated it then, and I hate it now. Do not give a fucking 50-year-old man the Universal Championship.
Vince McMahon does not
and take it off of a man who's been there fucking every single day. And I know he doesn't give a shit, and I know it's probably not going to go down that way, but it makes me fucking sick to know that Goldberg's going to win the fucking belt, man.
Likewise, bro. Pop dog.
The only way...
Beer me.
that you will stop this from happening is if fans smarten the fuck up and turn the television off.
Yeah.
It's the only, and it's never going to happen.
Because you've got casuals who tune in literally every week.
Anthony, are you calling for a nationwide boycott of the network and
There's
the
always
program at
boycotts. There's always been boycotts. They
a
never
media
work.
blackout of sorts. Do you want to take it right to Vince's pocket?
If you want to see change, yeah, but no one's ever going to do it, so I'm just talking out my ass. So
I remember when the WWF was all about building up and coming talent because people fled the WCW, and now here we are, still relying on the talent we relied on in 2003.
Because
man.
until it stops popping the ratings, you're gonna keep going back to it.
Gotta feed the corporate machine with two guys that Lesnar has been in 2 matches since SummerSlam, correct? Was he at Randy, yeah. Since he's beat Randy Orton's ass, he's been in 2 fucking matches lasting about, what, 5 minutes total time?
I don't understand why anybody gives a fuck about either of these 2 guys.
Alright, Lesnar is an attraction. I get it. And boy, he's getting paid good money to do this shit. For a guy who's been on TV.
But it's boring now. He's done the same shit. It's not fun anymore.
His credibility is lost, even though he probably doesn't care. And I know that Lesnar probably doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit about. He's there to do the job. He's there to do his work and to get paid and leave. That's his gimmick.
I never thought the guy who broke the streak would actually be losing momentum at this point in the game.
You know how you talk about power creep? Doesn't exist on Raw.
No.
Never.
No.
So the only way for this to make any sense, if they believe in power creep, is that if Goldberg wins, because Goldberg's beat the shit out of Lesnar twice. You can't make that guy lose.
Power creep only matters until it doesn't, because then they just when they want to forget about something, they'll conveniently forget about it.
Unless you said about Lesnar interrupting, there's literally no other way this could go.
Seriously. So Saxton doesn't understand Kev's motivation. Like the whole attack. Saxon's over here like, oh, what's Kev doing? I don't get it, man.
Like, Jericho's now a babyface, so Saxon's got to get his corner.
Yeah. Like, we're supposed to feel bad for Chris Jericho after the obvious way that he screwed Kev here and there.
Kev's been getting tired of his shit.
And it's been subtly trying to imply that he's on his level, if not the main guy in that team.
Triple H took him aside and said, dude, you don't need this fucking guy. Seriously, you don't need him. Stop this shit. He's going to fucking play up to you, take your belt at WrestleMania, and get it over with now.
But yeah, it was god awful. Like this was one of the few good things that Raw had going, and they squandered it for literally no reason. Literally no.
Jericho's leaving. Got to make this happen now. I mean,
they had to make it happen after Fastlane.
But now leading towards WrestleMania.
So the question is, what happens next week? Is there a blow-off?
There's a cry fest. We cried out.
A fucking fallout? Like,
how do you drag this feud out for 6 fucking weeks?
I mean, okay, you can either focus on Kev's match with Goldberg, or you can focus on the fallout from what happened the other night. You can't do both.
If you're gonna focus on Kev's match with Goldberg, what the fuck was the point of doing this now?
Yeah, it doesn't there's gonna be zero build for this paper.
I'm more angry about it now talking about it than I was watching.
You guys are missing something here. We don't need to build to Goldberg because this is literally building towards their match at Mania for the United States title. Goldberg's gonna win. We don't care about that. We need to set up the match then he loses, and then we get that over with, and we dust them off the fucking table. That's what's gonna happen here.
Absolutely ridiculous. So that shit goes down. It's followed by a terrible Cesaro-Enzo match. That was a virtual squash.
It started out of a bullshit segment in the back, too.
No one cares.
Yeah, so that's supposed to take the taste out of our mouths. It doesn't, man. But it does set us up for the number 2, the potatoes, for the meat and potatoes. That is the failure of this Raw. The Bayley versus Charlotte match. Alright, now this was actually a pretty decent match.
This was a lot better than the Royal Rumble match.
This was one of Charlotte's better matches as of late.
Everything was great about this match. This was fantastic. Except it should have happened at WrestleMania. What the fuck?
Yeah, of course. So you blow the Kev thing. Now you're gonna blow the Bayley thing. On the same program,
it's late.
On the same program, it's
fuck that. We're irate.
It's absolutely so. All right. The match itself, like I said, pretty good. Charlotte delivers a pretty vicious kick to Bayley's jaw outside. That kick was fucking fierce. She does a moonsault off the barricade, even though she's way too tall to be doing that. Bayley caught a pretty thick thigh across the collarbone, man. Pretty big thigh across the collarbone. Bayley almost loses her balance when she goes up top for that Macho Man elbow. I don't know if you guys caught that. She definitely like almost fell back, which would have been hilarious. And then here comes Dana Brooke for literally I haven't seen this chick in a good.
They're relying on you
2
remembering
months.
that she was kind of Charlotte's lackey.
Yeah, which I don't know what happened with that. Like she just kind of faded into obscurity, and they didn't even have any kind of blow off for that weird time when Charlotte was smacking her around.
Yeah,
and you thought she was going to stand up for herself, and eventually turn against her.
How long ago was that?
This was pre-Survivor Series shit.
Yeah.
It's real weird.
A long
enough for no one to remember.
A long fucking time ago. So here comes Dana Brooke, who's apparently still the protege. Weird as hell. And then, to make matters worse, here comes Sasha Banks, who decides to ruin what was an otherwise good match by hitting Charlotte in the tit with a crutch and causing Bayley to go over.
All right. Here's the problem with that part, okay? Dana Brooke, for one, where the fuck did she come from?
Seriously.
Where was was there a promo leading up to her aligning herself with Charlotte once again?
I'm just relying on you having the memory of
She literally came out of nowhere. She came from fucking Golden Corral, walked across on her fat ass, came over and decided to help out Charlotte.
Hey, Dana's not fat, bro.
Give me a break. She's been too busy eating a lot.
She's big bone.
Yeah, I bet. Where was the lead up for this?
She's thick, bro. There was no lead up. There was no lead up.
If you would have had Dana and Sasha from the get, maybe being in each other's in their respective corners, maybe I could have understood this. But Dana Brooke literally coming out of thin air, and we didn't even get a shot of her face.
Exactly out of thin air.
Coming out of thick air.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm not super mad about the Dana Brooke thing because there is a bit of sense to it because of the history with Charlotte.
History? It's been 3 fucking months.
Dude, we haven't seen But Brooke in a month.
She had a chicken bone in her mouth, dude.
I know. she did the run-in from Canada.
Yeah, dude.
But I don't exactly have a problem with that. But you should have saved this for when you turn Sasha heel. What they should have done with this was when Sasha attacked Charlotte, she should have came in when Bayley won the match, raised her hand, and then turned on Bayley and set the whole Sasha heel turn, which I've been talking about forever, up. Because then it makes Sasha look like she can't beat Charlotte, and it sets up a good reason for a heel turn. And
we all know that heel Sasha is best Sasha because her babyface gimmick is shit.
And it would make sense why she would help Bayley because she can't beat Charlotte, so she thinks she can beat Bayley.
All right, I get it from a perspective of. It was all right. There's two sides to this fucking gimmick. All right, this whole how this went down. It was nice. It got a good reaction. It was a good pop. There's also that lingering thing that Sasha did help. Yeah. So Bayley didn't win clean. That's not saving it at all.
That's shitty. That's shitty because Bayley's your big baby face. You can't win in a heel way. You can't win with help. Interruption as
that makes sense if the Dana Brooke thing didn't happen before it. I feel like that it cancels each other out.
Basically,
it still makes her look weak. It's still there's still gonna be an asterisk there because
I don't think I don't see it that way. Just because of Dana Brooke.
You know what, Ant? 2 wrongs don't make a right, dog. I'm saying there's an asterisk. Okay. It's BS. Okay. I'm just saying it doesn't look as good as a clean victory.
Obviously, yeah, but I think that the Dana Brooke.
But you're right. They do kind of cancel each other out.
Also,
not a good look.
Also, we all know what's going to happen now. Now, here's the problem with that.
It's to Charlotte.
Charlotte's going to go right back to being champion, yes. But here's the thing. They're going to try to play her up as this really big champ. She's the best. She can't be beat. However, there's one issue. She can't win on cable television. You could win on a pay-per-view, but you can't win on basic television. That makes you a fucking loser.
Nobody remembers basic television. They're going to remember her pay-per-view wins. They're going to remember her what will be a 6.
She can't win on Raw. She's a fucking loser.
This is going to be the Sasha Charlotte hot potato with the title back and forth all over again. All over again. So in 2 weeks at Fastlane, you're going to see the title go back to Charlotte because they got to protect the streak. And then literally 2 days later on Raw, she's going to win it back. I feel like the streak will end at Mania. I feel like
that's how it should have gone.
But it literally should have gone.
But you could only do your first time is only one time.
Yeah,
this would have been a lot better. Everybody, and there's not a single person.
Everybody remembers your first time.
Yeah. So you know how big the pop would have been for Bayley's first win, breaking Charlotte's streak at at fucking WrestleMania. They spoiled it. They spoiled it on Monday.
The only thing I could possibly imagine how they're going to reverse this is if Charlotte once again consults her lawyers.
There is somebody I read. I think Ringside News or Cage Side Seats. One of those two were talking about.
They're reversing the call because Sasha helped, so they're probably going to get the belt back on Charlotte no matter what.
I mean,
that's not out of the question.
That's literally the only way that they can
adds
kind of say.
the only way it can be
nuclear
saved.
heat to it, but it still takes away even a little bit from WrestleMania.
Yeah,
it does, because they already fucking did it. They already did it.
But Charlotte, her days of being a dominant champion have been long gone because of the whole Sasha thing.
But they're trying to hold on to
She's
the
never
illusion.
been a dominant champion.
Never.
Yeah. They're trying to hang on to the illusion that she's a dominant champion.
Yeah.
Even though she passes back and forth with Sasha.
This is the quantity. This is quantity over quality.
Yeah.
For Charlotte, like they're thinking that what'll be when she wins it at Fastlane, because you know she's doing it at Fastlane.
Obviously,
she'll be a 6-time champion
if they don't reverse it at a 5-time champion.
Even still, 5-time champion.
She'll
In
be
what, a year and a half?
She'll be tied with Mickey James. Holy
a year and a half? No.
What's the record for the most women? I literally don't even know.
I don't know. Who
Nobody
cares?
cares.
It doesn't matter because up until like last year, the women's title wasn't even relevant. So who gives a fuck?
They should have let her fucking win the belt once or maybe twice and run through this fucking division. Keep building that heat, and then save it for the big WrestleMania move. She doesn't need 16 title reigns because her last name is fucking Flair.
I would just like to point out, by the way, Trish Stratus has the most with 5.
5?
Yes, Trish Stratus.
Really?
Lita has only 2.
Because Mickey James is
Mickey has the most.
Trish has 6.
Yeah.
6. I'll look it up.
Nobody
Who cares? Yeah, I'll look it up in depth later. But anyways,
I just gonna break it in 2 months.
I just want to know. I just want to point out one thing. Okay, we have diminished this fucking division with literally 3 women. Dana doesn't count. She's been in catering.
They diminished this division and the legacies and the wrestlers in it.
Why were you not having Emma do something productive like wrestle? She's not a terrible wrestler.
Emma's good.
She is good.
Yeah.
Why are we saving Emma for an overblown, ridiculously fucking stupid stunt like this when she could have been, I don't know, fucking wrestling with Sasha or getting involved with Nia, who wasn't even on the show?
Because Lord knows your division's thin enough as is. Like, there's really only like 3 chicks passing this thing around. It's the horsewomen, and that's it.
I never thought I'd be saying Naomi's a lot more interesting than any of these broads.
They're not even utilizing Nia Jax like they should be. They have this powerhouse of a woman, and they're not doing anything with her.
Yeah.
I know what happened. Nia took fucking Dana's place at Golden Corral.
Wow.
Dana had to make the save. Fucking Nia took over. They didn't even notice the difference.
She just tagged her in.
The same plate.
He's got a hot tag.
Yep.
Wow, dude.
And this is fucked. This whole thing
is fucked.
They ruined Bayley's character. Bayley's big moment. She's supposed to be the big baby face that wins on the big stage.
This might have been the most. This might have been the thing I was most excited for WrestleMania. Now I don't care.
Nope. No one cares.
I don't give a shit.
It's awful. So that pretty much put a very shitty punctuation on the sentence that was Raw. It was just awful top to bottom. They literally in one episode they've ruined anything good that they had going.
This is a terrible 3 hours and 10 minutes of television.
Absolutely, it was 3 hours and 10 minutes
because it always runs long.
Yeah.
10 to 15 usually. I think it stopped before 10.
Yeah, it was god awful. So that out of the way. Let's go down to the Honda Center in Anaheim, California for SmackDown Live. All right, so this is...
For a show where almost nothing happened, and it was exponentially better.
Yes. Technically, not a whole lot happened. There was only like 3 matches on this thing, which meant... Let's say each match went the full like 20 minutes. That means that half of this episode was promos and shit. Yeah. But it was still better than anything that Raw's put out as of late.
Always.
So, SmackDown opens up with Bray, of course, because this is the Fallout episode to Elimination Chamber. And he comes out to some You Deserve It chants. And even though the crowd was shit, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but the crowd could barely get a chance.
We're in California. I mean, there's not a lot of great California crowds.
There's not a lot of great crowds at all.
Yeah,
for these shows.
It was pretty fucking terrible. But Bray came out to a pretty nice reception.
Yeah.
Question is, does he deserve it? Because and I'm just saying this.
Of course he does.
I'm just saying this just based off of. I'm opening this up to discussion because just based off of his work on SmackDown Live,
Pop Dog,
since the brand split, what has Bray really done? I mean,
all right.
I look at it through the totality of Bray Wyatt's
of course.
I think this is This is 3 years overdue.
Way overdue. Extremely overdue.
Yeah, absolutely.
In our lost episode, because there was audio issues, we recorded recorded the podcast for Elimination Chamber, but there was audio issues, so we didn't post it. I was critical of the "You Deserve It" chance for Naomi, but I think they would deserve it for Bray Wyatt.
Why Naomi?
She's been like wrestling for fucking 3 minutes.
Not that I don't think she deserved the title.
No, I mean she's been wrestling. It took her 8 years to climb the mountain. And
what mountains has she climbed?
I'm just saying she went from a Funkadactyl to holding holding the biggest belt.
Bray Wyatt lost to John Cena, has lost to The Undertaker, has lost to virtually everybody under the sun.
We're not comparing Naomi to Bray Wyatt.
No.
But Naomi deserves it. The
"You Deserve It" chance should not be used on someone who just became a champion.
I feel like Naomi does deserve it because she is the most athletic wrestler on the SmackDown Women's roster. And
yeah, I feel like you should be saving those chants for like someone who's like really overcome like a big obstacle or really like had a long.
Naomi's been doing.
I feel like you can say "You deserve it" to anyone who deserves it.
I guess she's
been flying under the radar for a long time, and she's a very talented woman, and she did a really good job.
Yeah. I feel like I like hearing those chants and like real big moments.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's better context for it.
She's been flying under the radar, but she only really broke out during this SmackDown run. They let her do what she's probably always wanted to do and always wanted to become as a wrestler. Yeah. So in retrospect, she's only been deserving it for maybe about 6 months.
They didn't do a whole lot with anybody outside the horsewomen before the brand split. You know, there wasn't a whole lot going on.
We had those two stables, Bad and PCB, which were complete fucking trash.
Oh, I miss
waste of fucking talent.
I believe there's a third stable.
The sorority sisters.
I believe there's a third stable as well.
Who's PCB? Paige,
Charlotte, Becky.
Okay, yeah. That was the sorority sisters.
The submission sorority, I'm sorry.
Yeah, submission sorority.
Because there was like a porn thing. And they
a porn
which is terrible.
But so Bray hasn't really done much. I mean, in the totality of his career, sure, but he deserved it 3 years ago when the Wyatt family was still super strong and he was still going over Cena single-handedly, mind you, and he was still hot as hell. You know, like
on SmackDown,
this whole Wyatt angle's been pretty hot.
He's reinvigorated himself on SmackDown. He was wasting away before the brand split. Absolutely,
this is true.
A year ago, this time I would have said Bray Wyatt's a fucking loser.
Yeah,
but not.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a Bray guy.
Yeah. I think we're all Bray guys. Yeah. We all really like Bray Wyatt. I'm
glad he finally has a strap. So here comes John. Here comes John Cena to suck Bray off in the middle of the ring, like John tends to do.
We need to stop doing this. I know it's John Cena, and I know that this is his thing, but the whole "give it up for your new..." Shut up, dude. You're supposed to be mad.
Yeah, come on.
You're supposed to be pissed.
You can't be good guy John all the fucking time.
Don't give dabs to a guy who clearly bested you. You're supposed to be mad.
But John Cena's a babyface. He's all about sportsmanship, but it's not like he lost unfairly either.
Fuck off.
He doesn't need to come out and lick Bray's nuts though.
Oh, yeah, you're right, I guess.
So here comes a real nigga, AJ Styles, who's still getting all the pops, by the way. Like, he comes out, he gets the chant, he lets everybody know that he's still AJ Styles. And everybody has a rematch clause, and AJ wants his now because he's been waiting. He's like, John,
it's been a long time.
He's like, John, you gotta get in line, dog, because your time is up and my time is now.
Technically, yeah, he's in line first.
So we all know where this is going, all right? Mm-hmm. So D-Bry comes out and he's like, hey, how can I piss everybody off? You want your one-on-one rematch, and you want your one-on-one rematch, but we both know that there is no way in hell that Bray Wyatt's going over either of you guys one-on-one convincingly. So let's do the obvious move and package you into one of the WWE's infamous triple threat matches for the title, because they fucking love doing this in triple threats. I don't like it personally, but I agree with it. It's good booking, because like I said, Bray can't work convincingly with these guys and go over, because it's like he's not beating AJ Styles, he's not beating John Cena. This way they can soften each other up and then Bray can pick the bones, and that's fine. That's fine because they all make each other look good. It worked out pretty well, but we'll get to that later on. What bothers me is that these guys have a contractual one-on-one built into their it's part of Champion's Advantage. You get that in your contract. They are. If I was either John or AJ, I'd be like, "Fuck that. That's ridiculous." Yeah. And if I was Bray, it doesn't really give Bray an advantage either, because now he can lose his belt without even being pinned. Yeah. So no matter who you are in this match, you're getting fucked somehow.
I mean, I just don't like it. To be fair, if I was in a triple threat match, you'd have a much easier time getting a hold of the belt, because of the simple fact that you could let someone just do all the work. Yeah. I mean, I understand it from a perspective of they could best him on any given day. But I think in a situation like this, they were stoked about it because it's like, well, I could just let this guy do all the work. Let him give all the styles clashes and I'll pin him, or let him give all these AAs and I'll pin him.
Yeah, it works out. It works out from a logistics standpoint. So meanwhile, in the back, Dean's tearing shit up looking for Baron because he's still mad about the Elimination Chamber pod thing and everything that happened. We get the first of 3 matches. We get American Alpha versus the Ascension. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, so the other night, the Ascension couldn't go over, even with the Usos, doing literally the lion's share of the work, making the Ascension look even weaker than they have up to this point. I'm thinking to myself, the Ascension has to go over now, right? They've been, pseudo-pushing them a little bit. Maybe they'll make up for what happened on Sunday. Fuck no.
Side note, we talked about it, me and Anthony, in the elimination thing, but for the record, the Ascension are fucking losers.
For all you guys at home that aren't seeing me right now, pantomiming them getting buried right now.
They're complete morons.
It's been pretty bad. It's still pretty bad. One thing I can say about this match, I don't think I've ever seen 2 guys go off the same turnbuckle. That was weird.
That was very botchy though, because Victor or Connor, whichever one it was.
He stood and waited forever.
Jason Jordan was like, hey, he looked at, I think it's Victor. Who's the tall guy? Victor, right?
Victor's
or Connor?
The thinner one. Connor's the bigger guy.
tall
Connor's big guy. I looked at Connor and he pointed at Victor like, no, I'm supposed to get him.
Yeah.
Because this fucker would just turn around. But he didn't turn around.
So American Alpha goes over, and then here comes the Usos trying to get heat off of an injury angle from fucking months ago.
Yeah.
They even said it. They said months ago in the thing. Son, when did that happen? That was pre-Survivor Series, right?
Dude, that was the first thing the Usos did when this fucking brand split happened.
Yeah, once they went all heel and came out all swagged out and shit.
This
that's the first thing
promo
they did.
is 3 to 4 months late.
It's ridiculous.
Mean, it's so
Weren't
fucking
you guys super buddy? For Survivor Series, but now you're over here we fucked you up in the summer. And
it almost
this is super late, and also the Usos suck. So
it almost they do. It almost seems like these guys were hanging out in the back, and the Usos looked.
They were inside of a trailer. They were literally inside of a box truck.
Didn't we fuck your boy's leg up? Oh yeah, talk about that because that's fucking forever.
You know what's weird about this? That segment ended with the guys laying their belts down, come on, and I thought that they were going to come out, and then it just kind of hard cut to fucking Ellsworth and Carmel.
They're baby faces and they're ready to go.
Really weird. They just kind of smash cut over to what's going on backstage.
They're ready, willing, and never mind. Go on.
So because it's Valentine's Day, we got Ellsworth and Carmel in the back, and Ellsworth is like, so we finally going to get it on, and Carmel's like, you're cute, but I'm a smut, so nah. And here comes Dean. He's like, yo, your bitch sucks, and so do you, bro. Take that fucking hat off. And she's like, oh my god, James, are you gonna let him talk to me like that? So here comes D-Bry, and he's like, you know what, Dean, you wanted Corbin, but you're going to go ahead and get James instead. You guys...
history and stuff.
Yeah, you guys have unresolved stuff, which I'm pretty sure they resolved that. I'm pretty sure they...
I don't even remember, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure he dirty deeds
TLC.
him, and then, that
TLC.
was...
So this is December. Once again, another angle that's a little too late.
Another angle that's way too old. Yeah, so that sets up for the match that is supposed to be Dean and Ellsworth, but Ellsworth is already in the ring, and we're all waiting for Dean. But there is no Dean. Or is there? Apparently Corbin already has that ass. Okay. He comes out, Dean's already fucked up, and he's here to make a statement, so he's gonna fuck him up some more. So Dean tries to do his thing, because he's used to shitty little Nigels and counters and stuff. And
no ropes.
And no ropes, bud. So guess what? Instead of doing a sweet counter, you're getting deep sixed into a fucking table. Now, this wasn't just any deep six. This was like a deep six toss. Alright, this is like a release deep six.
Very deep six.
Which put him through a table, which was adjacent to a table that inexplicably had cookies on it. Like, who was that for? Like, were they waiting for Santa to show up?
Dana Brooke
left him out for Santa Claus. He got little cookies and milk. He missed that table, put him on the other one. Completely ridiculous. That was just a really weird place for
Two things about this segment I need to point out. Okay. I like the way I love Baron Corbin's character for the simple fact that he's a heel, but he will, just like Joe, he does not give a fuck. Just like Strowman, they are all action. You talk shit, you get your ass kicked. Corbin doesn't hide. He's not a pussy. And I like that about Baron Corbin. He's a heel, but he's a believable heel, but he's a tough heel. So he's almost crossing the border of babyface, but he's not a babyface.
Yeah. He's tweening out a little bit.
I like his character a lot. And 2, if you pause at the very moment that this Deep Six occurred, you will notice Ambrose's ass does not touch the table before the pyro effect goes off. Yeah. That happened, by the way.
Yeah,
Go back and watch that.
I did see that.
Yeah, so the computer explosion. Yeah, some cock was holding a fucking button and just imploded rather quickly. So yeah, that looked very stupid on camera.
So this segment leads to Nikki in the back pandering to D-Bride to fix the Natalya problem because she's just sick of it. It's just out of control. Like she's just so crazy.
You're my brother. Let's go.
Yeah. So here comes Natalya, and they get into another one of their famous cat fights, and then a bunch of guys come out. The guy holding Nikki's getting real handsy, real gropey, man. It's like, all right, it's not that serious. Like, you don't need to be like just begging her out from behind. Even like my man was thrusting.
I mean, to be fair, I would too.
My man was but my man was thrusting super hard. It's like, bro, like the fight stopped. Like, chill. So D-Bry announces there's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere next week because they like fighting everywhere but the ring, right? I mean,
so they're going to fight once again everywhere but the ring.
Yeah, the merch.
Buck says pinfall happens in the ring.
At least it won't be at the merch stand this time.
Yeah.
With some powder.
This leads us to back-to-back interviews. We have Dasha interviewing Baron Corbin, who's basically like, yeah, I'm Baron Corbin. I don't give a fuck about Dean. And then we have Renee Young, who is apparently...
Oh, my girl, Renee Young.
Who is apparently completely unfazed by the fact that her man just got sent to the hospital. Completely unfazed by that.
That's right.
Yeah, she didn't bat an eye.
It's the John Cena Nikki Bella effect. Same shit.
Interviewing Ziggler, and Ziggler's basically riding this whole anti-New Era thing. Let me just say something about this. It's such cheap heat. It's so easy to be like, well, you know what? I'm an old wrestler. I don't like these new wrestlers, so I'm gonna be a dick. Come on, man. Even Cena did it. Like, tried to get on the whole anti-New Era thing they got going on. It's such an easy angle. Like, do something more creative. I mean, I know that this whole Ziggler heel thing is relatively new for a SmackDown Live, but give him like more motivation. You know, like.
Yeah.
He's clearly mad about what's happening to his career, man. Do something.
To be fair, yeah, it sucks to see. In this situation, usually a lot of people would get mad at Ziggler for being boring or whatever, but the fact that he's put up against 2 of the most uninteresting guys on the show doesn't help his cause. He's way more interesting than fucking Apollo Crews. Not saying I don't want them to be good, but for the most part...
What about Kalisto?
Kalisto fucking sucks,
yeah.
Okay, for real. Kalisto, was he not getting bullied by fucking Baron Corbin months ago? This guy was getting thrown around in a fucking locker room, dude. Like, give me a fucking break. But yeah, I feel like in this situation, Dolph is the victim for the simple fact that the New Era guys that he's being booked with are complete fucking
such a shame.
Trash.
Love Dolph, but he's another one.
He's always been a fan favorite, man.
He's a fucking loser. He's a
fucking dork.
Sad to say, he's a loser.
He is a victim of the shittening of 2016.
The shittening.
Yeah, they definitely.
That's supposed to rival the fappening.
Can someone tell me what this guy did? Just like the fucking vaudevillains, like what? Why?
He got over when he wasn't supposed to. That's what he did.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah. So this brings us to a little promo for Mickey and Becky. They went back to Talking Smack, the show, what Mickey James proclaiming that somehow the current women's division owes her something because she's such a pioneer.
Yeah.
I love how Mickey James is wants some kind of recognition. How she's trying to
even
build
though she said in that Talking Smack segment that good women's wrestling was happening before her. So what pioneer is she?
She's trying to make herself seem more relevant than just a foil for Trish Stratus, because that's what she was.
Yeah.
We were all there. She was just a weird.
During my laps.
This was during your laps.
Yeah.
Well, let me fill you in. And so Mickey James was introduced as a fan of Trish Stratus's, who was obsessed, and her obsession turned into like this weird lesbianic feud that like.
Oh, so this is like the Brittany Madison Rain angle from like 2013 TNA.
That culminated in her taking the belt off of Trish at WrestleMania at the time. But now she's trying to pretend that her career was much more than that, and that the women's division was relevant back then, touting how many times she's held a belt and blah blah blah.
She's one less than Trish.
And she's acting like Becky owes her something, which is complete fucking bubkiss. So, this leads to a match between the two of them, where Mickey fakes an injury, and Mickey, the wily vet, gets the win with the reverse chick kick known as the Mick kick. And
Which, again, something I referenced on the Lost episode.
Is offensive.
Kick. That's kind of offensive.
In Ireland, it's offensive.
As like.
Hey, Caitlin Olsen has a show
10%
called
Irish.
The Mick now. So
I know, yeah.
You can pretty much do whatever you want. And by the way, I feel like Irish people in a whole, like I feel like they are the least offended race.
Yeah.
You know,
They're too drunk to give a fuck.
When it comes to that kind of stuff,
I'm just trying to make fun of what the culture is right now, where everyone's offended about everything.
You call an Irish guy a Mick, he's not going to give a fuck. He's going to be like, yeah, right on, bud, and raise a fucking Guinness to you, you know?
By the way, why did Becky win that match in Elimination Chamber?
Good question.
That didn't make any sense.
Mickey won the one on SmackDown to relinquish her whatever she had heel-wise.
Because Mickey's supplemental talent, and she's here to get the young talent over, which is what aging vets should do.
But if you're trying to establish,
should you draw the storyline out more so Becky gets like the big win after being down in the
that's what they call what happened yesterday. Is yes, drawing it out more because Mickey got the win, and now they're 1-1. So hey,
but after Becky gets the win, there's no reason to go. This doesn't make any.
It's confusing. Don't try to wreck your head around it.
Booking. So we get the Naomi live title celebration. I like how
lack thereof.
I like how the faceplates for the title, now that she has it, it just says her name. There's no like picture or graphic or anything with it.
Not even glow.
She doesn't have like a logo, really.
It literally just says her name in kind of glowy letters.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess there's not a whole lot. Yeah, there's no logo.
She doesn't have a logo, really. It's just
Yeah.
the glow thing. That's pretty much the only shirt she's got.
So Alexa comes out, calls her injury fake, plugs 30 for 30 on ESPN, which I thought was kind of funny. It's a pretty strong promo. She's basically like, yeah, you woke up, realized it's tough being at the top, heavy is the crown, and you couldn't handle it, so now you're out here with knee brace trying to make us all feel bad. But
I did not notice an injury on her that whole match.
Not at all. Not at all. I don't know.
I don't know if this is kayfabe or not, but if it's not kayfabe, it was probably from doing that stupid fucking slide on the ramp.
When she was feeling the glow all over the fucking
she worked through that slide. She did a pretty good job.
It was probably kayfabe.
But she's basically giving her a week to, either bring her Nakamura or hand her title.
Rigo!
So they're gonna have a blow-off match at Mania, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be a Hell in a Cell between 6 of the women on SmackDown.
Yeah?
The women's title.
Hell in a Cell on television? Sure.
No, on WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
So that finally brings us to the main event, which is Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles versus John Cena for the title. All right, so this kicks off with my man Luke coming out of nowhere. I popped pretty hard for this because he laid a pretty dank super kick down. On Bray.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that he's actually throwing hands with Bray. For a while, we had like some weird moments where he refused to touch him because he's like still drinking the Kool-Aid and he doesn't want to hurt his daddy. But like now he's actually fucking Bray up, and that's pretty cool. I'm glad to watch that. So once that's done, they soften Bray up before the match, which is good because it makes it look even more believable that he might actually lose this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then the match was pretty good.
Yeah.
The match was pretty good. There was a couple. It was decent. Couple false finishes. There was a lot of nice kickouts. There was a lot of exchanges.
A lot of AAs. Oh boy.
A lot of AAs.
He did that fucking the AA and the roll through to the second AA.
Yeah,
that's his new thing.
He's really overusing that. It was cool the first time he did it. But don't do that every time. You're just really taking away from the first time.
Yeah. For the most part, the end of this match was just finisher for finisher for finisher for finisher. I mean, Seriously. It was just sig and sig and sigs.
But what I do like, that feel when Bray is kicking out of AAs. That's nice. It feels good for that to be a thing again. All right. I also like that, like Sister Abigail as a finisher, because it hasn't been protected very well through Bray's weird like mid card thing he was doing from like 2015 through 2016.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the move is impactful enough where it could realistically put somebody down for the count.
Yeah.
It's still a pretty
You're dropping
impactful
someone
move.
with high velocity on their head. So.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. It can come out of nowhere. You can do it off of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a versatile move, and I like that it still has some of its power.
Yeah.
Also, another thing I liked about this, I like that he covered John Cena. Because he covered AJ at the Chamber. Now he covered John too. It legitimizes him further because now he's covered them both.
Well, he covered John Cena at the.
No, AJ.
Oh, was it?
He covered AJ, yeah. But now he's covered them both. So now he looks more deserving of the belt because now he's beaten both the guys. both the champions before him.
Two things about the match that really made Bray Wyatt look really, really good. The fact that, like you said, he got softened up, still came out victorious.
Yeah.
Two, took an AA. Still, he didn't get a Styles Clash, but if he did get a Styles Clash, he still kicked out.
Yeah.
But for the most part, AA softened up. Still looked strong. They protected.
Strong, yeah.
Bray looks really good right now.
And he pinned Big Match John. So
he's clean in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
No assistance.
So after this, here comes Randy, and we've all been waiting for it because we know exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. But Randy comes down, and I'm literally watching this, and I'm thinking to myself, we all know what this is going to be. Like, the only way that they could try to save this bullshit is by having Randy refuse to go against his master.
I didn't even think that was going to be a thing.
I literally said out loud, like, the only way is if Randy's going to be like, nah, I'm not doing it. And he actually did it. Yeah. And, like, Bray's laughing, even Bray's laughing at how shit this angle is. Yeah. Like, it's just so goddamn ridiculous. Like, he goes, he kneels, and he's like, well, Bray, your dick is still my king. You're still...
Gets on his knees for him.
Yeah, gets on his knees, like, you're still my fuck daddy, so...
Pledges his undying allegiance.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. So they're still going steady. The Wyatt family's still going strong, and we all know that this is literally like a pity build. Yeah. This is them trying to salvage the fucking wreck that is this storyline. Yeah. Because let's say he didn't do that. Well, then what do you do for that? Like the cat's out of the bag. Obviously, these guys have to face each other. So there's literally no other way that you could have this go over unless Bray, unless like Randy just said no, and that's what he's doing, which is it gives them roughly 45 days to build to Randy eventually turning on him.
There's some people that think that this might end up with Orton doing some teasing by going to Raw and teasing about going after the Universal Championship, but it's going to eventually come back to him in SmackDown, and they're going to be having a #1 Contenders Battle Royal next week on SmackDown. And look for Luke Harper to win that match, because it's going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania.
For the love of God, man.
That'd be great.
That would actually...
All right. Let's address the fucking elephant in the room. Me and Anthony do not mind this.
I love
literally Nick, Tyson over here, is the only one butthurt about this angle. I thought it was great. I think it's fine because guess what? I just checked the calendar and they have about 6 weeks until WrestleMania. Yeah. There is enough time to let people believe this will not happen and then let people also believe that it will happen.
Again, it's unnecessary because they had 4 months to build this. They have built it. They built it already. They already built the Randy turn angle. Now they have to convince us. They have to make me, you, and yourself, grown men. They have to make me believe that Randy doesn't want that fucking belt, bro.
Here's the thing.
They don't have to make us believe. They have to make the casuals believe, which is not that hard.
Here's the thing.
I'll give you that.
Here's the thing. Here's a big thing. We all know what's going to happen. However, how is it going to happen?
See, I think adding Luke Harper in the triple threat,
I guess,
is going to be what stops Randy Orton from winning the title.
Randy's not going to fucking Raw, because what's the point of putting him on Raw?
If I was a casual...
If he does, it might be a tease thing just to keep this thing
bullshit.
going.
I guess if I was a child or some normie fucking mark that's just sitting there with my Randy Orton show, my Randy Orton shirt on, this shit would be lit right now. I'd be like, oh man, I can't believe it. Oh, but Randy's still loyal. This is fucking great television. Come on, man. If you're listening to this right now and you're actually saying that in your head when you saw that shit, fuck you, dude. Come on, man, grow the fuck up. You know goddamn well Randy's taking that shit.
Small fan base that we have.
Oh wow, bro! If you're listening to this podcast and you're not a fucking smart, get the fuck out of here, bro. This is not for you. So yes, consider yourself alienated, man. Get off my show. All right, I don't want to hear that shit.
but even though we're a small minority of the fucking wrestling crowd.
Yeah, I think that Luke Harper is really going to be what keeps the title on Bray Wyatt.
This is going
because he will show his loyalty to Bray. He will expose Randy Orton as the snake.
That's the point. The whole point is because you know what's funny? I feel like the whole time Orton is concocting a plan. Okay, he knows what he wants to do. However, I also kind of believe that Bray Wyatt knows what's happening here. He's not stupid. Bray Wyatt's not that dumb. Also, I have to give kudos. No matter how this storyline plays out, I will always have to give kudos to SmackDown for, I don't know, thinking ahead. Because Raw never does it. SmackDown has laid this game plan out as far as him joining. Well, even before that, prior to joining, there was an issue. However, there's a build, and this build has been lasting a long time.
I would give them credibility for foresight as far as building this if it wasn't so fucking transparent. Like,
transparent to you. We know what's happening.
You gotta remember, this show isn't written for you.
But here's the thing.
I gotta keep reminding myself that 95% of the population or more
doesn't know anything about this.
Right in their ass.
We are the guys that talk about this and know about this.
I forgot that we are the internet wrestling community right now. Literally.
The one thing that gets me excited about this, and the reason why I like this very, very much, is because I want to see how this happens.
Yeah.
I am curious to know how this will all play about. This only added fuel to the fire. And I get it. I understand where we're headed.
Yeah.
It's the journey.
It's enjoying the journey. Yeah.
It's all about build. WrestleMania is one big build.
It's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
And then the destination will make the journey that much sweeter.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what I believe is...
Let me pull out my bongos for the drum circle. You fucking kidding me, dude?
What I believe strongly, okay, like I said, Bray Wyatt knows what's going on. He's going to keep going on with this little this charade, or...
He said charade! Oh, wow. Oh,
what is it called?
Sorry, Tony Blair. No, go on. You were fine. You're fine.
This gimmick. He will go on with this gimmick, and eventually he'll figure...
Yeah. Only the smuggest people in the world say charade.
The level of pretension of this cast is just skyrocketed.
You're welcome. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I feel like Bray Wyatt knows what's going on. But I do want to see who gets the higher ground, okay? Who's going to rise above the other, okay?
Rise above hate? All right.
Who's going to be Anakin? Who's going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, well...
Who's going to get the higher ground?
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so that's it for SmackDown. NXT, not a whole lot to talk about.
Nothing really.
All right, so authors come out and squash some jobbers as if they're not the fucking champs. Like, they just... But then again, there's not a whole lot of guys in the tag division, so... If they're not beating up DIY, who are they beating up, really?
Yeah.
So they squash some jobbers. We got a little women's tag action. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce versus Liv Morgan and Ember Moon. Not a lot to say about this. Liv almost had a collision with the ref, which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
This was damn near a squash on Billie Kay and Peyton Royce's part.
They protect Ember Moon by getting her thrown out of the ring and hitting Liv Morgan.
Yeah, just make it look good for the triple threat next week.
With
2 weeks now, rather.
With Peyton Royce instead of Billie fucking Kay. Thank God, right?
Oh man, yeah.
Right? We all agree with that, right? Fuck Billie Kay.
I mean, I know the American Dental Association agrees, so that's cool. But in either case,
Kevin Dunn will agree.
So we get a little promo with Hairband Roddy and No Way Jose. Shooting a segment from the gym. Apparently, they're at the Performance Center working out, and they're at the Full Sail gym with the students. Just
fuck No Way Jose. Roddy should be doing better than this.
So they have a little program there coming up. DIY cuts a promo to some sweet match of the year chants. And here comes the authors, and Ellering, I guess, is in charge of booking now, because I guess Regal's on vacation.
Regal was on the show.
Yeah, he did at the time, though.
Yeah.
So Ellering decides that he's going to give them a rematch in 2 weeks, because,
he's got the book.
Yeah, he's got the book. He has the list. Somebody has to now, right? And here comes a revival from behind. Who did they hit with the Shatter Machine out of DIY? Was it Gargano this time?
I don't even remember.
It should be Gargano, because the last time they did this kind of Shatter Machine, it was Tommaso in some random attack. But
really good, so Gargano.
What doesn't make any sense to me is why the authors came after them after that. Like,
that didn't make any sense at all.
Isn't the enemy of your enemy your friend? Kind of like, are you mad that they just did that?
The Revival hasn't done anything to challenge the authors yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're both heel teams.
We're still waiting for that Revival call-up.
Can't wait for this triple threat ladder match at TakeOver.
We're still waiting for the top guys. We get a Cassius Ohno media package. Apparently, Chris Hero has been on NXT before, and this is his return.
Tyson didn't know this at all.
Didn't know this. I wasn't down with NXT at the time.
Back when NXT was really good in 2013, WWE Network, if the guys running it, if you guys are ever listening to this show, put all of NXT on the network, because the 2013 stuff was the best stuff.
I would like to go back and see some of that stuff. But, alright, so Regal finally makes an appearance and announces a triple threat for Peyton, Ember, and Liv for the #1 contendership to face Asuka. That's going to go down in a couple weeks. Let's see. And then we
everything important is happening in 2 weeks.
Everything, which makes me wonder, like, what's going to happen with NXT next week. Probably not a goddamn thing.
It's finishing out whatever that set of tapings was, and then the next set of tapings.
And it finishes off with Trent Seven versus Tyler Bate for the UK title. And you guys got anything to say about this? Because I don't know.
Match was solid.
It was a decent match.
Tyler Bate retained.
We because me and Anthony watched the UK tournament. We were very excited about both of these men. Yes. This looked great.
And I'm also a fan of ICW, where these guys come from.
Trent Seven's awesome. Tyler Bate has great quads.
It's the first time
for a British wrestler. Tyler Bate has a pretty I don't almost like game or nothing, but he has a pretty good body.
Well, why not, Ed? It's 2017.
You're right. You're right.
Why don't you check your straight privilege, bro?
My bad. But no, Tyler Bate especially in ICW, a lot of guys aren't really body guys. They have arms and guts.
Big beer gut.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen a man twirl another man's mustache. Only in a UK title match, I guess. I feel like Tyler Bate's spin spot is kind of counterproductive because it spins the fuck out of him too, as we saw. Trent Seven almost won with his patented Rainmaker clothesline. And,
you mean the 7-star lariat?
I don't. I mean the Rainmaker clothesline. And then young Tyler retains his championship with the Tyler Driver 97 XP Corporate Edition, and goes over. So he remains the
next
United Kingdom title.
Next
champion,
week,
United Kingdom champion.
Pete Dunne will be appearing on NXT, and I am fucking stoked.
Yes.
Fuck Mandrews.
Fuck Mandrews. If anyone that's watched PWG knows he fucking sucks. But
it's all about Pete Dunne. Yeah.
Pete Dunne's the fucking man.
Yeah.
End of story.
All right, so that more or less concludes
An awful weekend.
An awful weekend. At least Raw programming. This concludes the latest episode of Falcon Arrow WrestleCast. I've been your host, and we'll be back next week for more coverage of this schlock. All right, top guys out.
Clink me.